free speech on campus. Snowflake mentality is one that resorts to trigger warnings, safe spaces, things of that nature that we don't necessarily believe in. We believe in freedom of thought, and we believe that you should be able to voice your opinion without being shut down by the other side, like we've seen at campuses such as Missouri and Yale.
Even if it's problematic?
Problematic how?
Causing harm, violence to marginalized identities.
So non-white, that's what that means.
I don't know.
Well, not just non-white, but...
I'm going to let you talk to this y'all space, and so...
no, we're allowed to have free-flowing debate.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay. Even if it causes harm or violence to a marginalized identity, you guys should be able to speak and not...
Absolutely not. If there's violence or harm caused directly by us, if there's anything like that, that's fine. But if words hurt you, then that's something different entirely. You're allowed to
derogatory words are not supposed to hurt.
Define derogatory words.
Well, there was a post. I'm pretty sure y'all meant not facts, but another word about what was going to happen on West Coast Beach in response to what happened to my guest. So, like, that right there, that's a word that's very derogatory in society overall, not just specific to people with marginalized identities. Most people don't say that in public, and they can't say that their job or they would lose it. And so what I'm asking, do you think you should be able to say that word in class and that not cause harm or violence? So you guys don't know what y'all post that everyone's looking at?
Can you specify which word you're talking about?
There is a post.
Facts?
Bags. Bags is what the word was supposed to be meant, but...
Okay.
No, it was meant to be facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that say?
Facts don't care about your feelings. For example, there is a higher murder rate amongst transgender individuals. However, there is no statistical evidence that is done by black police or by police officers, and they're not. There isn't some vast.
No, it's done by their friends, their family, and their lovers.
And that's
what are you talking about? No one's saying it's done by police.
We're saying that it's done by anyone because it's not appropriate.
No, and don't get me wrong. I watched both of your Facebook Live.
No, yeah.
Anyone who harasses someone because of how they feel, absolutely that's...
Oh, it's identify, not a feeling. Let's get that clear.
Also, and you talked about black and you talked about police, so that might need to be inserted here too. Do you guys don't think statistically the black community is targeted by the police and die at a higher rate? Because that is statistically proven with research. I'm a researcher, just so you know. So literally, that's informed knowledge, not opinion either.
Okay, I don't lay my opinions out either because I know how sensitive.
You just said you wanted opinion to be able to be said without shutting down, and them are opinions because most of the time this is rooted in opinion unless you're going off informed knowledge.
Yes, and I look at FBI studies, I look at Department of Justice things because I know obviously we can see how contentious these kind of issues are.
Contentious?
Well, we're talking right now, and there's
critical dialogue is important in all
absolutely.
this. In all this. So I'm gonna let you continue, and I cut you off, and I apologize, but I still don't know what snowflake reality means. What is that called? Mentality.
The idea that you can hide and retreat to safe spaces or trigger warnings.
That's what that is. Okay.
Yes.
So you think people are wanting to go to safe spaces because of comfort and not humanity and survival and being able to function in white systems? You know KU is a white system, that it was designed for white students, and it systematically disenfranchises marginalized identities, right? And even they themselves acknowledge that. We have institutional racism that exists here. We have barriers that marginalized people face that white individuals don't. The university themselves says that. So surely you acknowledge that since you look at statistics.
No, I don't see any institutional racism here. There are absolutely individual racist acts.
So what statistics are you looking at that are telling you that there's no racism at KU?
I didn't say that there's no racism at KU.
Institutional racism. So you don't think there's any systematic racism at KU?
I can't find any bylaws.
Because racism is attached to oppression and systematic. What you're talking about individually, that's discrimination. Words are important.
Discrimination, racism, I don't.
There are two different things. One is systematically reinforced, and one is done at an individual level. So if you look at me and call me a nigger, that is discrimination. Now, if the university creates barriers that don't let me achieve the same outcomes of my white counterparts, that's institutional racism.
Can you lay out those barriers for me?
When I come from a high school that didn't have access to AP classes, meaning I didn't have the same access or quality to education that my white counterparts did, and then I'm expected to arrive on campus and compete at the same collegiate level when my family has not amassed enough wealth since they came out of chattel slavery to literally pay for my education, so I go into debt and I graduate with a huge amount of debt when my white counterparts do not.
White people go into debt too. It's not just I'm in debt. I am paying for my school. I'm not paying for a dime in my school. I'm working. I mean, my parents are not paying for a dime.
So do you think marginalized identities do not work through school as well?
No,
everybody works.
That's what I'm saying. Do you also not agree that there are white individuals whose tuition is paid for?
Can I talk for a second? You were saying that only blacks are divided.
And did you not say black?
Okay, what would you like me to say? If I cannot
black
say
people.
that
Black people. We're not black. We're black people.
Black people, then I apologize. Black people, and we will say white people. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. You
I can call you Caucasian if you like.
I don't give a shit what you say, okay?
I'm sure you don't give a shit what I say, but since
What I am
I'm part of your
saying-
cohort, since we're both here at the university
What I
in
am
Kansas
saying-
together, you probably should care because we share space. So regardless if you guys think that freedom of speech allows you to spew hatred, it isn't allowed. There's something, matter of fact, since you look things up, Title IX is probably pretty key for y'all to look up.
Okay. Excuse me, what hatred are you spreading? What?
You literally just said that you do not recognize institutional racism, which anyone in academia does. I didn't know there was a soul in academia who does not recognize institutional racism. That's part of being an academic.
I recognize particular racist acts against individuals. However, if you can point, if
I just pointed two things.
Can you point to a bylaw within Kansas that specifically discriminates?
Laws.
The
Like, what are you? Like, you gonna make it that simple?
The University of Kansas.
No, the reason that there's no more Jim Crow laws is because we fought hard enough to.
No, but there's still policies here that disenfranchise marginalized identities.
There's still policies that have that rhetoric in them.
It doesn't have to happen at the policy level. It can also happen in a variety of other levels, including economics, which Trinity has spoken on a lot, and I couldn't have to think for you to recognize.
Exactly, and what happened to Mika the other night? That was Mike. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It was just that we knew how to say it the next time.
So we're reinforcing it because names are important as well. Yeah. Like, they're important. So, Micah, what happened to Micah last night, you were saying was harm.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying is that you don't think there's institutional racism.
I cannot find anything in the KU Constitution that specifically discriminates against minorities.
Can I get your information so I can send it to you?
Yes, absolutely. G794 L020@ku.edu.
Okay. What did you have to say?
Oh, well, she was just taking black people and saying only they are because you.
No, I said me specifically. That's my story.
Okay, you specifically, but you are not the only one like that.
Duh. And that's what I'm going to say. Duh.
Okay,
because
but you
I
are
know
making it
that.
sound like it is only
Duh.
you.
Thank you, Rib. Duh. This is what I'm going to tell y'all the time that black people are dying on freaking TB, trans people are dying at an alarming rate, marginalized identities are dying. For you as white privileged individuals to think that you can create this space,
What's this?
this space, we're meeting because of the snowflake mentality. We're meeting because of these things. This right here, that you guys think that you can have a platform and space. You guys were going to stand on Wesco and cut up safe space stickers? Like, that's what I got to deal with going to class as a black female at the University of Kansas. I got to deal with walking by a white man cutting up safe space stickers? Yeah? Yeah?
And why is that we have to experience that?
Because you're privileged?
I exist for safe spaces on this campus. I would not be here without safe spaces on this campus. I do not live here to have this happen to where I live. Do you understand that I had to fight to live in a home that I feel comfortable in? I had to go through hoops for months to be able to live in a hall that I feel comfortable in, and I still got shit for it?
Okay.
That shows that there are problems with this campus, that there are problems with how this campus is run.
There are problems with individuals.
No, there are problems with how this campus is run. There are not problems with individuals.
When we talk about individuals who
Okay.
have power at campus, that's an institutional level. That's not an individual level because they have authority over those people and they get to decide whether Kate lives somewhere that
So,
they're comfortable.
why do you not like safe spaces? I just want an answer as to why you want safe spaces to no longer be present on campus.
I do not want safe spaces to be present on campus anymore because I truly believe that they're a way for people to hide from the state.
But that's not your decision to make.
Okay.
Those places were made for people like me, people like Trinity, people like Ray.
And for people like you, if you ever need a safe space.
No, this is really important.
Go ahead,
This is really
say what you
important.
have to say. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I think you guys are a bit confused. I'm talking about safe spaces. Are you guys talking about the signs that professors
No,
have?
safe spaces. The center, silk,
No.
OMA.
The only places that we're given here.
We are speaking.
We don't feel safe anywhere else
I
on
don't
campus.
study in the library
No.
because I don't feel comfortable with people always wondering what my gender identity is and how I express myself, and I don't feel comfortable being in classrooms where I'm supposed to speak as a trans human and as a queer person, as all queer people. That shows you that there's a problem with this institution, that that these students are not being taught that they are supposed to create safe spaces.
Pardon me, but why do you care what other people think?
Because you're trying to get rid of
Because
the only
if I
thing.
don't care about that, then I get murdered.
Safe spaces are a necessity. It's not a question. It's not for you to say. It's not for anyone else to say. Safe spaces are necessary because the institution that we're at is not a safe space in its entirety. So we have to carve out places like the OMA and the Silk office, which we shouldn't have to do. We have to carve out places and fight for places that we feel safe, because not only will we get harassed, we'll be murdered, we'll be all this stuff discriminated against because we have to do that. It's not because we want to.
Feeling safe is different than caring about what people think.
No.
We don't care what people think.
My pronouns are they.
They.
So from now on, when you refer to them, use they, them, their, because we've shown you the respect to refer to you by your name. So from now on, you will refer to them as they, because that is the appropriate thing to do when you are above the age of fucking 12.
To know that the research that you say that you also believe in, if you control for things like gender identity, race, and all that, that explains why there's disparities between white students and others. Because our experience is so drastically different than yours that we do not make it to the finish line. The key to graduating at a university is having a sense of belonging and community. So if you go to a campus and ostracize every day without y'all existing and cannot function, how do you think we can have a group that is pushing the agenda? You don't even deserve to be here and feel safe. Are we supposed to get to a finish line? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want safety for all students.
But you don't put in an application to demonstrate on Wesco and cut up safe space stickers.
How are people supposed to be safe outside of safe spaces when the campus itself is not safe?
I'm talking about physically being safe. I'm not
We're
talking
not.
about being.
We're not.
Does not exist
Period.
on this
We're
campus.
not.
I have a question. What campuses are safe then?
None.
There aren't many, but that's
There's-
okay. I'm just here for it.
There's
I
nowhere
would like to know the point of you asking that question.
I was just wondering if there's any
I would
campuses
like to
that
know
are
the
safe.
intention behind that. Just, what are you curious about?
That's why they
It's
construct
a
safe
curious
spaces.
question, that's it.
They
That's why I asked
construct.
it. Curious.
Because if
They construct safe spaces because all SJWs are not
I
safe.
just asked a question, all I need is an answer.
And I'm giving you an answer. And
all
all this, all that is problematic.
You can't tell them how to react to a question.
No beliefs in bias.
Let me tell you, I cannot listen to 5 people talk to me at once. Okay, well that's hard for you. Oh my lord.
You can just be quiet.
We'll keep posting.
I'm actually not posting anything at the moment.
I'm sure you're defending.
Okay.
That's called white fragility as
So
well.
then, my question is, you say freedom of speech.
It's called white
and
fragility. That's
what is the
academic
rest of
term
the
too,
letter?
not opinion.
What is the
Okay,
rest
look
of
it
the
up.
letter?
White fragility, defensiveness when you are
right there.
attacked about your privilege. And I'll even say attacked because of the tone I'm talking to you in. Like I said, white fragility. Look it the fuck
Look
up.
at an iPhone right there. Now on the internet and to my facility. You tell us.
And civilization is something white folks invented as well, and I do not apply to whiteness. White, literally civilized motherfucking nation. Man, I'm not even going to attack you for your lack of knowledge. Civilization was created. You inserted yourself into other people's lands and forced your culture upon them. That is what equates to civilization. I do not function in white singularity, acculturation. You're still reaping the benefits of it, are you not? Are you still reaping the benefits of it? Is there not legacy that was created from slavery?
Are you not currently benefiting?
What legacy? Oh, well, amassing your wealth off of slavery. You don't think that exists? And they still have the privilege of whiteness. You want to know what? White folks used to try to fight with us. You want to know what they did? They made them overseers. So they thought they had some kind of position in sharecroppers, so they would no longer identify with black poor people.
No,
You're responsible for divesting from the privilege you stand with today.
So it's my fault that I'm poor.
Like I said, you're responsible for divesting from the privilege that you have today. And you can stand there and smirk, we can take it from you. That's what y'all failing to realize. People of color, marginalized identities, we can take it from you. That's what y'all thinking. See, that's privilege. You think you untouchable. But let's believe the world is shifting. Y'all see it. That's why you're uncomfortable. That's why y'all coming together and you ain't voting. Because we got Trump running as president. You think white supremacy is okay. I got y'all. I'm reading y'all, and I'm still seeing. But what you don't understand, we're not uneducated anymore. We're in the fucking school. Something else. We have them now. Just a little bit, because we got access, we just haven't got equity. Look into, I never said we didn't have access. I said we didn't have justice, liberation, or equity. That's what I'm saying. He said, shut these folks up. I can repeat it.
Don't dismiss them.
I don't care. Like, I don't care about recording. That's what y'all don't understand. I'm Trendy motherfucking Carpenter. I don't care about recordings. I don't care about your whiteness. And every one of y'all smirky ass motherfucking intimidate me.
I don't care about my whiteness.
You do care about your whiteness because you're trying to save it. But this group thinks safe spaces shouldn't exist. And you guys are just also bothered by this. Whiteness is a goddamn term. The fuck?
Why do you think your skin color?
Blackness is a term. This is my blackness. Nigga, like what the fuck you mean? I'm proud of my blackness. The fuck you mean? I can't say whiteness. You said black. You said black.
Plural.
That's what the hell you said.
Oh my god, why? Please explain to me why that is such a
Black.
Look it up. Look it up.
You have an iPhone right there. You have an internet. No,
Look it up.
Don't
You need to be educated on race. You can Google it.
It is not the job of the identity to be the encyclopedia.
So badly lately, but you think you can talk when other people are trying to talk. Okay, you've been doing the interrupting. You need to calm down too. No, you guys have been interrupting us this whole entire time, and we stopped when you asked us to, but y'all didn't stop when you
Oh, I saw the fuck did it because you don't got enough privilege for that.
Can we all stop talking for a sec? What time do we have?
It is 5:30.
5:30? Alright. We got another 15 minutes. If you guys would like to keep discussing, we can. If you guys have said your piece.
What the fuck is the point of this group anyway?
Thank you for asking the question we all want to fucking know.
Yeah, snowflake.
Explain.
They don't like snowflake mentality. That's people that they say spaces should exist, and they don't believe they should. And they don't want to be attacked as bigots when they're...
Because they want to protect intellectual freedom.
Yeah.
Correct? Correct? I'm not wrong on that? Freedom of speech, correct.
Okay,
Cool.
I have something to say.
That's why I'm here.
It is not your space to say, it is not your right to say that safe spaces should not exist on this campus. Hey, please do not interrupt me. Did I interrupt you? No, I asked her if I asked if I could.
No, it's not.
That is delegitimizing everyone's identity. When you tell trans people where the fuck they can go or black people where they can go, that is delegitimizing. No, hold the fuck up. You're telling me I don't have the right to be in your public space. Like you're literally telling me, hey, this is your safe space and you feel safe here, but you don't have the right to feel safe there. So we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that and bring you back to us judging you.
Safe spaces. You can
Define that.
Define intellectual safe space for me then. Because you know your definition, so go ahead and define it for me.
My intellectual safe space is the idea that you can't retreat from debate.
I'm not retreating. I'm making myself safe and comfortable.
That's fine.
You're living.
Exactly. That's perfectly fine.
Which
If
they have
I
no
want
time.
this space, then I can have this space. It's my right to have this space.
When you go to class, who do you see around you? In history class, did it ever come up that you never saw anyone in history books back here? And the first time that there was, they were called a terrorist. They were called the first terrorists to come into this country. Who do you see around you in your classes? Who do you see when you're walking? Who do you see when? Who do you see?
Name one trans person you know in history.
Other than me.
All you're telling us is that you don't want to be around us, that you don't like us, that we
I
didn't know
invited you to my meeting.
Also, that they
No,
didn't
you didn't invite
know
us
what
to
shut
say.
down.
No,
The same thing we
Can
had
I
to
correct you? Well,
Of course you think you can correct him.
Yeah. Go ahead.
no, but
There's
this
your
is
split.
something that is not true because 3 people asked to join our Facebook.
Were those people me?
No, but
Okay.
I
You know, so you did not invite me.
I wasn't
So
invited
I'm
either.
supposed to invite everyone.
Yes, because you're a student here.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. You're right.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm supposed to extend personal invitations now.
No.
I've been extending through Facebook, through social media, everything. And all 3 people who messaged me today who had what's the name of your event? Enough is their profile picture.
Yeah.
I sent them a personal message after they asked to join the club. Said, I would like you to attend the meeting if you can. So that's not true that I did not invite anyone.
Is it a private Facebook group?
No, it's a public one.
So therefore you deny.
Okay, so do you guys have anything else on your roster? Because I want to hear more of what you have to say.
And then also, can I suggest, just for a little more order and sake, that we do a hand-raising policy? So after you say your thing...
Actually, it's my meeting, but I do like a hand-raising policy.
Just,
I like you trying to
you know, no, I wasn't trying to take over the meeting. I was just trying to let my voice be heard as a trans woman of color whose voice is not heard on this campus. That's what I was trying to do. It took me being assaulted on this campus by 5 motherfuckers and me posting it on Facebook, having 20,000 plus people watch it, having my mother, who's not supportive of my transition, send me a message, say, I'm sorry that you have to deal with this shit, but I need to get you maced so you can walk on this fucking campus. Having my grandma call me and tell me, I'm sorry that your university does not care about you. Or seeing that the center and that the OMA and that my school, College of Global Arts and Sciences, have released responses, but our university has not said shit. So it is not me trying to take over your meeting. It is me trying to get you to listen to the voices that you are excluding through this bullshit organization.
Did I not? Alright, if you're saying exclude and that I'm ignoring you, I told you at the start.
No,
I told you at
she's
the
here.
That you saw my video. Yes, everyone saw my video. I fucking get it. But what are you doing in support of my video? What are you doing to change the climate of this campus? What are you doing as a white person who has the privilege to walk into a classroom and be automatically respected because you were born with a dick? Because you are male, because you are a male presenting identifying person, you have that privilege that you can walk into a class and you are guaranteed to get respect from your professor because you are white. Are we going to have those conversations when we talk about there's no need for safe spaces on this campus? Because if you're not white, or if you're not part...
If you don't feel like you're being respected by a teacher, you should absolutely file.
I'm not being respected by the institution.
What institution?
The University of Kansas!
You can't say boogeyman. You have to identify something.
Where do you want me to start?
You go to this school. What do you mean boogeyman? You visibly see.
There is an
No. We are here. We are here. We are here telling you. We are here telling you. That's why we came to your meeting. To tell you we are not safe. To tell you that what you're doing is breaking down all the work that we've ever tried to do to feel like we could live at this university. What you are doing here today is completely depleting all the safety that we built up. You trying to get rid of safe spaces? Are you kidding me? Why do you fucking care? You don't even go to them. Why do you care?
You don't use them?
I'm
You
not
don't
talking
care.
about physical safe space. I'm talking about
Regardless,
intellectual ones.
safety
No,
should be
intellectual
afforded to
safe space.
everyone.
No,
Period.
you don't believe in mental health. I'm just wondering. It seems like you
I
don't.
believe in mental health.
So do mental safe spaces not need to exist as much as physical safe spaces if mental health is real?
No.
Okay,
Mental
they
and
have-
intellectual are different things.
That's why I asked you to define what that means.
Yeah, can we
and how that,
get a
how
clear
that
definition?
manifests
Yes,
itself
and the rest of your meeting was
on the campus.
specifically about
Tell me what you
this
want
latest
in your quest to dismantle intellectual safe spaces.
I'm
Because
sorry.
that's meaningless until you explain it.
Could you say that I was distracted by a couple?
Basically, just define what an intellectual safe space is and why you want to dismantle that.
An intellectual safe space, from what I've I've seen across college campuses and what I've read from across college campuses is the idea that as soon as you're presented with something that makes you uncomfortable on an intellectual level, you don't have to accept it and you can just retreat.
Define an intellectual level also.
Pardon?
Please define both discomfort and an intellectual level.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
When I don't know a word, you tell me to look it up because
But
you
when
have
privilege regarding that
when
area.
you don't know a word.
Okay, but you can find those
I'm
words.
talking about regarding this
I do not care. And if you can't look at me and tell I do not motherfucking care, you can't read body
I
language.
can hear you. That's fine.
I do
You
not
ask a question,
know
I'll make the effort to
I've
tell you.
seen across college
So I'm
campuses,
talking about
like,
At all.
conservative
Okay,
ideas,
regarding this organization.
not only just
So are you trying to tell me you're a
respecting,
safe
but
out
like
and
completely
respect
silence and shut
disrespect
down.
to this entire
I've
meeting?
seen
Because that's definitely what I
shut
would
down,
like
like, TV heroes, they try to shut
Literally,
down,
the
over dangerous
white
things,
supremacy going on in front of me is just for the sake of
recent front meeting, University of Washington, they came over and shut it down.
I am calling you, and you can get it on video, I am calling you a white supremacist. The fact that you think it is your duty and job and entitlement to destroy safe spaces. You keep saying intellectual, do you know the difference between discomfort and triggers?
I don't really care about that.
You don't, you need to know, but triggers is a physical reaction. So I'm sitting in the classroom. Am I being accosted, harassed, maybe even physically harmed by a certain community, and then I go into a classroom and a certain community members think they can stand up and say whatever they like, even if it's problematic or causes harm or violence? Your definition, working definition of violence is mine, is two different things. No, violence causes harm. So have you stepped through the social justice 101 that's all made?
Other than the walkthrough? Have you stepped into the OMA other than the walkthrough?
First time back on campus in about
8 months, and why is that?
because I was interning in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so you left the university, so you got a sample. We need you in here. Some definitions need some explaining, but...
Hello, Mr. Quisenberg.
Come on, go ahead, continue.
Are we being too loud?
I don't know.
Listen, we don't get police by Quisenberry either.
No.
Nobody.
He doesn't
So,
You want to do that? Really?
you was trying to tell me?
Of course.
You keep saying you invited me here, you didn't. I showed up on my own.
It's sorry, I like shut down those ideas. When they're, you know, it's like subjective what you think about those ideas, and you start targeting everyone. That's why I'm present here.
I didn't know
I want to
that
see
if I had
not
known that
all,
you were
like,
interested
if
in
it's
that.
violent, if you're like saying, go kill this person.
And I'm sure you would, and we would have the same conversation. I still would have ended it that you were a white supremacist.
Build the wall.
Okay.
And I also do.
That's violence against.
You called me black at the very beginning of the meeting. They called us black.
Black.
If you call me black, I call you a white supremacist. That's how it works. So,
That's not
sorry.
You're telling people that they don't have to.
We don't bid
Who has natural sovereignty over this? It's not white people. We don't have natural sovereignty.
Okay, first of all, immigration.
We are on indigenous land.
You realize that this was built on immigration. That's what America is.
Right.
This isn't about like the wall being built is violent.
Country was, but
No, I'm telling you, it's a problem.
You know, before immigration, I'm doing this
You're not American, you're an immigrant.
Pre-welfare state immigration is a lot different from post-welfare state immigration. There's problems.
Okay, can I ask you what is the violence? What do you not agree with as far as
We deserve benefits because you enslaved us for 400 years. It's called accommodation for the disenfranchised. Your ancestors, and you still reap the benefits. You still reap the privilege of the genocide of Native Americans and the slavery. People are not illegal.
People made
They're undocumented. It's not money. That brings you still free time. They are not illegal.
you don't call us guys.
Gender terms.
Fucking microaggression.
People.
That's why I'm here, so I can say illegal.
People.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
But don't treat the
Anyway.
So we're
My
all
question is,
excuse me. We're all
I wish
just
I could, but go ahead.
okay. We're all just shouting over each other now. Is it okay if we end the meeting now? We're having another meeting next Thursday.
We'll be here.
Will there be opportunity for us to speak? I have a question for you. Will there be opportunity for us to speak and be heard? You can set guidelines. No, you can set guidelines for the way the conversation goes. It's your meeting, run it however you want. But will there be opportunity for there to be speaking and listening? That is my question.
Do you realize that we against
No, because every time someone spoke, another person spoke over another person.
immigrants from Mexico,
And it was
from
interjected.
California, when we sent our men to the war,
I encourage
and we're
my people
all
to listen
that
more.
was, do you know about
encourage
that?
the people
Because
to
I know history.
Okay.
Accurate history,
Okay.
not white
So you want-
I think that
So you
we're
want us to do the
And you
labor
guys
again? That's what I'm
try to
getting from that.
reinforce.
No, I just said that I'll.
Yeah, you want to encourage your people to not speak as much, and you want me, of course, the trans woman of color on this campus, who made myself visible and at risk every fucking day to. Why are you going to ask another? The key is don't do that. Well, no, it's because he's asking me to ask all of us to not be.
It's her pronoun.
Yeah, and if you watch my video, you would know that. That's just disrespectful and ignorant as fuck.
I said he.
What area of the world?
And he didn't say it again, because that's what people do when they have white privilege. Do not care.
And cis privilege.
Okay, guys, we're going to be meeting again next week on Thursday at 5 in the same alcove.
Cool.
If you would like to come back and keep talking, we can.
We shouldn't have to.
We'll be there. Don't worry.
You guys don't have to.
No, we'll show up. We do the work. That's the thing. We do it to save ourselves.
We will always be here.
Go ahead now.
Oh, so you want us to sit in silence while you do white supremacy?
I never said sit in silence. Can we have our meeting?
Well, and that's.
Don't argue.
Don't talk to me like that.
Okay, don't talk to me like that.
Don't talk to me like that, and I won't respond correctly.
It's a simple question.
Don't clap your hands at her. That's a bad mistake.
Everything she says is a simple question. That's all I'm asking.
Yes, as long as
Because
you.
you're a white supremacist.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
That's
thank
not
you.
fine. It's not fine.
It's not fine though.
It's fine for you because you benefit from the system, but like, it's fine
We're
for you.
not.
You literally just said fine. So
You can't call us white supremacists.
You are white supremacist. No, it's not. Let me get this clear real quick before I leave. It's not a disagreement of whether you're a white supremacist or not. If you believe in this snowflake bullshit, if you believe that there should not be safe spaces on this campus, if you believe that there is not institutional racism on this campus, that is you not recognizing your white privilege, the privilege that you have to walk on this campus, to walk into any store, to do anything.
To walk on this campus.
I have the same privilege. You're gonna fucking tell me I have the same privilege. Because when you walk from fucking the Union anywhere, did you get stopped by anyone? No one catcalled you. No one said, show me that you're a real woman. Yes, you admitted that it was horrible, but what are you doing to change it? What are you doing? Are you telling your other cis friends, hey, don't treat trans women like shit? Hey, don't objectify women. Hey, let's get our heads out of our asses and for once, listen clearly that people are fucking dying. Is that not clear? Do I need to post on your page every fucking day a different person who has died? Because if I have to fucking do that, I will, and you best fucking bet I will have a trigger warning on there, and then I will have a content warning, because those are important.
They're individuals. We don't believe in systematic oppression.
So are you going to keep saying illegals? Is that how you're going to refer to them?
Yes.
Okay, then tell me right now. Call me an illegal. I want you to tell me in my face. Don't make it about nothing. Tell me in my face right now.
I can't say.
Okay.
I'm so
No right to be here. And racist enough.
I have an appointment at this university.
Where?
Student Services.
Oh, okay, well let me walk you.
I'm a former student.
You have no right to be on this campus.
Yes, I have as
no,
much right to be
you
here as
don't.
you
Get
are
off this
now.
campus. You're not welcome here. Get off. What are you
have an
trying to attack
appointment at
Muslims?
this
What?
university.
You want to
No,
punch
I'm
me in the
not.
face?
I'm not here to do anything
Why are you
except
wearing a
go to my
Pauline Hanson?
appointment.
Why are you wearing a Hanson shirt?
Because I support her.
Why do you support Pauline Hanson?
Because
Dennis
I do.
Hanson
I don't
is
have
from
to
the
answer to
UCS.
you.
He is a proto-fascist. He has no right to be here. All he wants to do is demonize Muslims. Muslims have had enough